Hello and welcome to the Let's Talk Films podcast. We talk all things film and television for about an hour and a half, maybe more, maybe less. Who knows? I think it's going to be less this week. Because I'm Dan Roberts. With me as always, my good co-host, Yuan Pullen. How you doing, Yuan?
I'm alright.
But we don't have a Lewis Taylor this week.
We do not.
He's decided to leave the podcast forever.
He has.
He said, "Fuck you guys, I'm moving to Canada." And now he's there.
Already.
Living out the rest of his days. Which is 2 weeks, because I'm going to go over there. We're going to talk about Rick and Morty this week. Do you know why? Because Rick and Morty came back.
It did.
Have you watched the new episode?
I have. I watched it last night.
What's your opinions on that, then?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah? Do you like it as much as the other ones?
I don't think I liked it as much as some of the other ones.
It's very dark.
Yeah.
I was watching it and I was like, this is incredibly enjoyable, but my god, they've gone in a different direction with this.
I wasn't expecting it.
But yeah, so we'll get onto that a little bit later on, because we're going to talk about the first two series. Because a minute and a half in, and we already cut out. I think my computer's not handling things very well at the moment, so hopefully that won't happen every minute and a half. So yeah, we'll talk about the previous two Rick and Morty series a little bit later on. But first, we'll get into the news, shall we?
Yes.
Get into the gosh darn news that there's not very much of this week. I'm going to try not to swear as much this week.
So gosh darn is going to be more frequent.
Gosh darn.
Fantastic.
Yeah, fuck yeah. The screenwriter, Akiva Goldsman. We got some weird names this week. Akiva Goldsman. It's not a name, right? Akiva? Anyway. He has left the Transformers franchise after the disappointing results of Transformers 5.
Was that his first Transformers film? Or
No, he's been on since the start. He's been like the lead screenwriter.
So I mean, really, like, why didn't he do it earlier? Was it really that? Was that point the tipping point for him? Because I don't think it was the worst one.
I think it was the worst one.
I guess it was the worst one for following it. To be fair, maybe that's probably a good point actually.
I don't think it's the quality of the film that he was upset with. I think it's the box office results.
Yeah.
If he cared about the quality of the film, I don't think he'd be writing for Transformers. He's the head writer, so he's probably the reason the quality's bad.
Yeah.
But that means that now, in the next Transformers film we've not got this guy who's been head writer since the start, and we've not got Michael Bay. Was nothing. So they're cutting all the shit.
Yeah.
To probably just get more shit.
We're probably just gonna get more shit, but we could get a good Transformers film.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. No. I don't think
Christopher Nolan directed Transformers film. That's the way these things go, right? Shit franchises always get built back up.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious did it. One good film, 3 bad ones, and back to good.
I haven't seen the Fast and Furious
franchise.
I can't say that. Fast and Furious franchise.
They're pretty. Some of them are decent.
Yeah.
There's some terrible ones. Because I only finished watching them all like this year. Because prior to that, I got up to Tokyo Drift. And then Tokyo Drift was such an abysmal film that I just went, nah, I think I'm done. That was truly god awful. So yeah, Transformers lost its writer. It's a good thing, really. Let's be fair. Maybe they'll just cancel Transformers and stop ruining what is many people's childhood.
Yeah, and hopefully they won't reboot it after the way they left the last film.
They're gonna reboot it. It's gonna happen, yeah.
I know.
You can't say shit like that. It's gonna happen. Stephen King's It is gonna come out later this year. There's been a trailer dropped for it. We'll talk about that later. But it's been confirmed that the certificate by the BBFC will be a 15.
All right. Okay. I wasn't expecting that.
I'm tired of 15 rated horror films.
Yeah.
Stop doing it.
They're only doing it because they want more people to watch it. And
Yeah.
I feel like the target audience is people who are 15 to 18.
I can't remember the last 18 rated film I watched.
I think it was probably 50 Shades of Grey when I watched that with Lewis, but...
That's a 12A, isn't it?
50 Shades of Grey, is it? No.
It's either 12A or a 15. It's definitely not an 18.
Jesus. I don't know then.
Because they don't actually show...
No, they don't.
Anything, so... Yeah, it's. I'm pretty sure it's 12. I'm gonna look that up while we talk about this. But yeah, to be honest, like I think it looked like it could be a decent film.
Yeah.
But why are they toning it down? Well, we've answered why they're toning it down is so they can get a wider audience. But I'm just tired of it because everything's doing it now.
Yeah.
Was it 50 Shades Darker that you watched?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just think they could make it.
Oh,
really
it was
good.
an 18.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
I'm sure one of them was the first one might not have been. Please say I'm right.
50 Shades Grey.
50 Shades Grey. Shit a dick. Why are they 18s? They don't show shit.
No, they don't.
What's in them?
Nothing. Just like
implied sex.
Yeah, simulated sex, which is like you only see the top half of them anyway.
I
think you might see a couple of bums.
I saw a shot from 50 Shades Darker. I can't remember. It was on some YouTube video, and like the lead guy had his shirt off, but he had his jeans still on.
Yeah, that happens. He does it through his jeans quite a lot. I think at least twice
what are
in
you
that
doing?
film.
Do you know how to have sex? Maybe he just forgot.
too in the mood.
Yeah, so anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, it's going to be a 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sort your shit out. Do you reckon Saw will be a 15?
No, I better not fucking be. They can't make a 15 Saw.
Lewis would be happy if they do.
Yeah. Considering like most kids watch Game of Thrones these days.
Yeah. I went away with my family this week and my little cousin is 10 and he was like, oh, I want to watch Game of Thrones. Can I watch Game of Thrones? I'm like, no. No, you can't watch Game of Thrones. Why are you even asking? But he's seen some horrific films and I'm like, I wasn't allowed to see any of this when I was your age. What's going on?
I know, yeah.
It's so weird. Yeah, okay, we'll move on from that. Suicide Squad frontrunner director has dropped out. Now, I probably should have looked up who this director was. I didn't.
Care, though?
No, not at all.
No.
I just know that someone's dropped out of Suicide Squad 2.
Was he the director of the first one?
No, don't think so.
Oh, what was it, frontrunner?
Yeah.
Let's hope they don't bring back the one from the last film.
I think he was on about doing it again.
Well,
that would be a bad idea, though.
Yeah.
Very, very bad idea. DC, please stop doing these. I had a dream last night that I saw Justice League. I came out of it and I was surprisingly pleased by that. I'm hoping it's a reflection on what's going to happen in real life, but I don't think it is.
No.
Don't know why I'm dreaming about watching Justice League.
I mean, I've had a dream where I fell through the moon, and I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen.
It might do. You don't know.
So I'm going to say probably not. It's still recording.
Okay, I was just checking. Yeah, so more Suicide Squad news. It's early in the morning, and I'm tired. I'm going to be tripping over my words a lot today.
It's not that early. But I couldn't say not Final Fantasy. I've forgotten what it's called. Oh,
see, it's early in the morning.
There's 3 F's, so I can't do it.
I completely don't know what you're talking about now. 50 Shades.
No.
Talking about that.
The films we were talking about before.
What film?
Fast and Furious.
2 F's.
I knew it was 2 F's because I had to do 3. No, because Fast and Furious.
5.
No, 5. No, franchise.
Right. Wow.
How do people do early morning radio shows? I swear to God.
Oh shit! It's not actually that early. I only just noticed the time. It's early for us.
Yeah.
I'm a uni student.
And I'm lazy.
This is like torture for me. Hans Zimmer is taking over the score for Blade Runner 2049.
That's good. I like Hans Zimmer.
Yes. Was his work in Batman v Superman any good?
Well,
I mean, it was paired with Junkie XL.
Yeah.
Which is just the best name for any composer I've ever heard in my life. But
I don't really remember the score for it.
I remember a piece of the score.
I know you do now.
Yeah. Hans Zimmer's done some good stuff.
Yeah.
And he's done some... It's not that other stuff's bad, it's just that it's not memorable.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe he'll put a shift in on Blade Runner, though. Or I can't tell if this film's going to be, like, really fucking good or the most average film of the year.
Yeah.
It seems like it could go either way. It seems like it could just be a quick cash grab that's because it's based off a previous successful film.
Yeah.
It's going to make a lot of money, or they could have actually put some thought into it. Because, here we go, right. Okay. It's being directed by, I'm going to say Denis Villeneuve. He's got a terrible name.
I mean, I don't think you're saying it right. I don't think you'll want to judge the quality of his name.
I'm saying it right. That's entirely correct. Who has directed films such as The Arrival, Sicario, and Enemy. All critically acclaimed films. And he's going to be directing the next Bond film. Segue. Did you connect perfectly?
I don't know if you want me to do the arm movement with you or...
Well, they can't see the arm movement. That's just for you, Ewan.
Heard it.
It's like a horizontal
segue.
It's like a horizontal dab.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing there.
It's like
I'll never do
swim.
I'll never do an actual dab, but I will do a horizontal dab.
Oh my god. That was a quality bit of the podcast there.
The listeners are just listening now, and they're really upset that they can't see my horizontal dab.
I reckon you should video yourself doing it and put it on the Facebook page as a GIF.
That's a brilliant idea, Ewan. Live stream my horizontal dab. What was I? Dennis, good old Dennis over here. And he's going to be directing the next Bond film. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I want to watch another Bond film.
Daniel Craig's back for it.
Yeah, I know. I didn't expect him to be back for it. I thought he was
No,
gonna
after
be
last
leaving.
time when he said he was going to slit his own wrist before he did another Bond film. So maybe he'll die before he does this.
Maybe. That'd put a spanner in the works.
Well, no, they just get a different person.
Not off the film path of it.
Just get a potato.
And draw a face on it. So it looks like Daniel Craig, then you can just CGI the rest of it.
Don't need CGI it. Put a potato in a suit.
It'd have to be a really small suit. Or are you saying like you'd put the suit underneath and the potato's the head?
I'm saying he'd look like the Goombas from Super Mario Bros. But as a potato for a head rather than a lizard.
Well, so that in the they wouldn't even have to CGI it. They could just say that he got shot in the head by like a bazooka.
They wouldn't have to say anything.
No.
Because Daniel Craig looks like a potato.
No. And then they could just, well, yeah. That's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
They could just do it and no one would notice.
Yeah, it just looks like one, so just put halfway through the film, you'd notice something's up.
Yeah, but you couldn't work out what it was.
Because like maybe he's missing a freckle. But
or some ears. Would you carve some ears?
He's
into
already
it?
he's got very big ears actually, don't he? Yeah,
I don't know. I don't often consider the size of Daniel Craig's ears.
Well, he looks like a potato with ears. That's about it. So, just stick some Captain America style rubber ears on him.
Just get some Mr. Potato Head ears. Stick them in the sides.
Yes, that's the perfect idea. Oh my god, this is.
Right, so this film's definitely going ahead then.
We should organise Bond films. So yeah, I'm so done with Bond.
Yeah.
After Spectre, I was like, that was one of the worst films I've seen for a while.
I liked Skyfall.
I liked Skyfall when I first saw it, and now like I've seen it a couple of times since, and it, to be fair, it may just be because I had to study it in college.
Yeah.
But I don't like that film anymore. It makes no sense. His
Why?
plan is the most absurd plan of all time.
In what way?
His entire plan, first of all, revolves around Bond getting shot off that train by accident by his partner. Then coming back into action, but not being quite ready for action, but M deciding that she's going to cheat the tests and put him in the field anyway. If he was actually smart, he probably would have just blown up the headquarters, and then there's a police officer that like stops M when she gets out the car.
Yeah.
Just like could have just stole the police uniform and just shot her then.
Yeah. That would have been a quicker film.
It would have been a quicker film. But his entire plan is absolutely ridiculous. He times everything and he thinks of every tiny little thing.
Even like Bond falling through an icy lake.
Yeah.
Oh no, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't plan that.
Who does fall through the icy lake? Is it Bond?
Bond does.
Does he?
But it's like at the end of the film.
Yeah.
I don't think that's part of his plan.
I think it is. It all led up to that church.
Yeah. But then his plan was to just walk in a room and shoot at M anyway. That was literally his entire plan. Oh, Christ.
It's all about the build-up, though. If you're going to kill someone, you got to enjoy it. Or so I hear.
You are?
Or so I hear.
Oh. Well, I'm hoping to enjoy killing Lewis in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
You leave the podcast, that's what's happened. Better be careful, Ewan.
I'm feeling a little bit threatened here.
Well, 2 weeks ago, you weren't here.
I wasn't. But I'm here now. Here I am.
Doesn't mean you were here those 2 weeks
No.
ago. Here I am. something. Is that a hymn that we used to sing at school?
I think
Here
so.
Here I am, Lord. So like,
I'm sure there was a really stupid lyric after that as well, something like "Touch the sky, Lord."
Anyone who went, are all primary schools religious in
I
the
don't
UK?
know. I've got no idea because I know like everyone has done hymns from around here,
Yeah.
but they weren't religious schools.
No, but they still did talk about religion as if it's like concrete.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about religion.
No,
That's
let's not.
probably a touchy topic. Let's just get on to trailers, shall we? I think we're done talking about how much we don't want another Bond film. The It trailer was released. Second one. Looks good.
Yeah. They're sort of... I feel like all the good bits they're putting into the trailers.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it's going to be sort of mediocre.
Yeah.
Because I said when we watched it, that final scene with all the clowns actually looks quite creepy.
Yeah.
And that was one. They also had the big reveal as well in that scene.
Yeah, but that was a bad jump scare.
Yeah.
I was like, I know exactly what's coming, and that's. I've never been. Like, I've never jumped less at a jump scare.
It would have been better if there wasn't him hiding in there.
Yeah. And
it was just like a clue.
A clue. Blue's Clues.
Just a blue paw print on it.
Oh, I used to love Blue's Clues. What a show. What an absolute banger of a show. But anyway, yeah, this looks alright. I don't know. I feel like we're starting to get away from the terrible horror films that have been coming out.
Yeah.
Over the past 10 years or so.
Like all the found footage ones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That Paranormal Activity started.
Yeah, and Sinister wasn't bad, but Sinister 2 was shocking.
Yeah.
Not in a good way.
I feel like the first film after all that sort of section I saw was The Conjuring, which was actually quite good.
Yeah, The Conjuring wasn't bad. Apparently the new Annabelle film's not bad.
Yeah, it's got a really high score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. I can't think of what else there is though. That's of a decent quality. It Follows is a good one. Did you ever watch that?
No, it's on Netflix though, isn't it? I heard.
Yeah, that's really good.
I watched the other day. I watched. You know the one about the blind man?
Oh, Don't Breathe.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call that a horror film though. It's more of a thriller, wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
Or I don't know. It's
definitely got horror overtones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was a really good film.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit fucked up, but
yeah.
No, I really like that. The Babadook.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. But that's about it. And then there's everything else that came out in the past 10 or so years.
There's one out at the moment, and it's called something really stupid, but I can't think what it is.
I don't know. I remember because I used to hang out with a group of friends who were nice sound these stomachs making that yawn.
Yeah.
Who are we're big into horror and stuff. But it didn't matter what horror.
Yeah.
We watched The Babadook once and I was like, that was legitimately one of the best horror films I've seen of recent times. And they're like, oh, it's so boring. You don't like horror films. Just I don't.
They just like jump scares.
Yeah, that's the problem, is that so many people now mistake horror for jump scares, and that means that in order to make a horror film profitable, they have to put jump scares in it because that's all people think it is.
Because I don't think the Babadook had a single jump scare.
No.
But it was all built up tension and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you didn't actually see
No.
anything.
That's the thing. I think that's why I found it boring as well, because like you don't actually see.
Yeah.
But it's a legitimately good horror film.
Yeah.
And then there was something we went to see. Insidious 3, which is by far the worst one of the franchise.
See, I quite liked Insidious 2.
I didn't mind Insidious 1 and 2, but Insidious 3 was terrible. It was like just a run-of-the-mill horror film.
Yeah.
But then, during the trailers for that film, there was one for... Do you remember it was like... I think it was like Charlie or something like that?
When everyone was doing the pencil thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was like a film came out called like Charlie and like he had like a noose or something.
Yeah.
And it looked fucking dreadful. And they're like, we need to go see that. And I'm like,
Why?
just I can't. So I binned them off. Nah, those films are just, it's all so bad. But anyway, it's that tangent. We would never be able to talk about that if Lewis was here.
No.
He'd get too scared.
He was here, but he ran out of the room scared.
Ran all the way to Canada. There was a trailer came out for a new Netflix film called What Happened to Monday. Now, what do you think of this, Ewan?
It could, I don't know, it didn't really show that much
No.
in the trailer, but it looks like it could be interesting.
It has potential, definitely.
Yeah.
It's got the girl from Prometheus in it. I forget her name. It's something weird, though. She's foreign.
Ah.
So I can't pronounce her name.
No point then, is that really?
I could look it up, but ultimately I'm not going to be able to say it anyway, so why? Why should I? Yeah, it looks like it's got potential. There's a couple of Netflix things that...
Yeah, they've done quite a few good things on, like the Netflix have.
Yeah, the new Death Note film looks pretty decent, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, I've had zero interest in Death Note before now, but it actually looks pretty good.
Have you not watched the anime?
No.
It's good, to be
Yeah.
fair.
But because they've got Willem Dafoe as well as the creepy death thing. That looks creepy as fuck. What the fuck's going on there? But yeah, What Happened to Monday? It looks like some action thriller thing. That's a mystery type. I don't know.
Like a mystery thriller sort of thing.
Yeah. The girl jumped out the window and there was nothing to break her fall. That's funny, right?
Yeah, really funny.
Subverting genre cliches. Comedy. Oh, that's a message for me.
I think you should cut that little bit and then have that as your text tone. Because that would be a brilliant text tone. Bing! Oop, that's a message for me.
I might actually do that. Because I never have my text tone on anyway, but like then those few times it is on, I will be in hysterics.
I might even set it as mine, to be honest.
Yeah, okay, should we talk about the Ant-Man thing?
It's in production. That's all you need to know. They just got two little chairs.
Teeny chairs. Little teeny tiny chairs.
Yeah.
And they're like, Ant-Man's in production. It's like, alright. I didn't need to be informed of that. It's in production. Doesn't mean it's going to be here like in a month.
Yeah.
Is it a 2019 release date or is it 2018?
I'm not sure. I feel like they've already got quite a lot coming out next year.
They've got Infinity War. And is Captain Marvel next year?
Oh, I don't know. I'm messed up with it. They've just released so many films, haven't they?
Yeah, they've released so much, and the other thing is like, they've like, they've sort of rescheduled everything now. Like they've pushed stuff around and moved everything because of like the deal with Sony for Spider-Man and because of like they've decided not to do a full film of Inhumans. They're just doing a TV show, which, by the way, looks terrible. Have you seen the trailers for it?
I haven't.
Looks real bad. Like they're like, oh, the first 2 episodes are going to be in IMAX in cinemas. And I'm like, okay, so you're going to put money into the first 2 episodes and then nothing into the rest of them.
Yeah.
It's all well and good doing them in IMAX, but the CGI is still TV standard. So I'm just going to be watching CGI in an IMAX screen, which, like, bad CGI in an IMAX screen, which can't do it any favours.
So they're going to air the first 2, like, in cinemas?
Yeah.
That's a bit weird.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It is a bit weird.
They could have just, like, done it in 4K or something. Instead of IMAX.
Yeah.
At least some people have 4K TVs. I don't think many people have IMAX in their houses.
Well, no, they don't. You're not wrong. Yeah, so Ant-Man's coming out. That's basically all that's going on there. Teeny chairs. Ant-Man and the Wasp, sorry.
Yeah, get it right down.
And the Wasp. Oh. Okay, and then finally we've got the Death Wish trailer. How good does this look?
It looks like an action film.
So this is the new Bruce Willis film, directed by Eli Roth. What a combination.
Yep.
Bruce Willis has done nothing good other than Looper since Die Hard 3, which was in 1992, I want to say. Off the top of my head. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's right.
Okay, I'll believe you because I've got no idea.
Yeah, this looks shit. Oh, for fuck's sake.
You don't even have their number saved.
I do, but it doesn't show up on my laptop. It shows up on my phone.
Oh, right, okay.
It's my mother. I'm just going to text her back dead quick.
Alright, okay. Mummy's boy.
Shut your whore mouth. Not my mother. I'm talking to you, not my mum.
Oh, right, I see what you mean. I thought you were saying it's not your mother. I was like, but you just told me it was your mother.
Got a message. Another message from you. Says, cool, I'll be there soon. I was sent at 10 past 10. What time did you get here, you on?
About 20 past.
Half past. Got here at half past. Soon.
I don't think I got here at half past.
20 minutes ain't soon, you know.
I think it was like 25 past.
Sure.
That's quite soon.
Sure. Deathwish looks shit, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
How bad is, like... So it's about some guy whose family gets killed and he's like, I'm going to be a vigilante. I've never seen that before. Yeah.
It's basically Spider-Man, but without Spider-Man.
It's basically Batman, but without Batman. It's basically Superman, but without Superman.
Yeah.
It's basically Moon Knight, but without Moon Knight.
It's basically just an action film.
Yes.
With action.
With Bruce Willis. The actor of our generation.
Yeah.
It's funny because he's not a standout actor and he's not part of our generation.
Yeah.
I'm a comedy genius sometimes.
Sometimes. You really are.
Do we need to talk about this much then, or should we just...
I don't think so.
Yeah. The basic gist of it is it looks terrible.
Yeah.
He crushes some guy with a car.
Yeah.
I don't know why he did that. He just did.
He's just sort of going on a killing spree, isn't he?
Yeah,
and
seems like
a really
he's
funny,
a bit of a psychopath.
Really fun scene with the psychiatrist.
Oh yeah.
You seem better.
It's like, no.
Have you been socializing? No. Well, whatever you're doing, keep it up.
Well, comedy. You'd think this psychiatrist would try and find out
Why he's so much better.
why, yeah, rather than telling him to keep doing that.
Yeah.
Because maybe what he's doing is unhealthy. You know, I'm not a psychiatrist, Joanne. Maybe I should be.
Maybe you should be, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it's not a great idea to just tell him to keep doing what he's doing without knowing what he's doing. Because, you know, maybe it's a murder spree. Maybe that's why he's feeling so much better.
Yeah. It's kind of like the psychiatrist woman in, what's it called? With the Split.
Split.
Yeah. Just keep it up. Keep those girls locked up. Yeah.
But in fairness, she's like, nah, there's something going on here.
Yeah. That psychiatrist doesn't seem like that. She's just like, keep it up.
She seems so happy. How could you seem?
Did good
How could you
job.
seem so happy when you just? Oh my god! Right. Okay. Let's get on to the main part of the episode. Okay, because
Yes.
Rick and Morty has returned to our screens. It's graced us with its presence once more.
Except not in this country.
It's on Netflix.
Not yet, though.
No, but on Sunday it will be.
Yeah. But it's on Sunday.
Comes out a week later. But you know, I'm a dodgy fucker, so I'll find any means necessary. Any means necessary, now just meaning Facebook, by the way. I watched the first episode. The whole of it had just been uploaded to Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I just watched it on my phone like the morning it came out because I was like, I can't be arsed getting out of bed and Rick and Morty's just come out, so I just watched it on my phone.
Fair enough.
And then I rewatched it later on the television. That is for non-Welsh listeners. I'm pretty sure I said that the other week with Lewis as well. So here I have a list of all the Rick and Morty episodes. How should we do this? Should we go through it episode by episode? Go overall series? Or what? How do you want to...
Yeah, let's do it that way. So, do it episode by episode.
Yeah.
And then do, like, the overall series.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, start off with the pilot.
I can't actually think what happens in
The pilot is my favourite episode of Rick and Morty.
It's where they need to go and get...
They have to go get the mega seeds.
Yeah, the mega seeds.
I love the pilot because it's the most absurd. Because after the pilot, they were clearly like, people love this, but you need to tone it down a bit.
Yeah.
But the pilot's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like, just some of even just the animations that they draw. You know, there's like the part when Morty's like ranting at Rick. And Rick's just stood there, and he's like, just a big line of spit just like starts falling from his mouth, and he just sucks it back up. I love that. I love when like he holds him over the edge of the cliff.
Yeah.
And he's like, "We gotta get those mega seeds, Morty." Because there's fruit in those trees, and there's seeds in those fruits. Oh, it's so good. I just love this episode so much. It starts off, and Rick's like just getting Morty out of bed, and he's like, "We're just gonna blow up everything. We're gonna end civilization." It's got the joke with Morty's like daydreaming in class, which is one of my favourite jokes in the whole thing, and he's daydreaming about Jessica.
Yeah.
And then like his teacher's like in front of him instead, whilst he's daydreaming about Jessica. He's like grabbing his
boobs, yeah.
And he's like, 5 more minutes of this and I'm gonna get mad.
Speaking of Jessica, I realised the other day there's a really subtle joke which I didn't pick up on the first time I watched it in the second series, so I'll get onto it later.
Alright, okay.
It's the one with the cloud. The cloud thing.
The cloud. With the one that's voiced by the guy from Fight of the Conchords.
Yeah.
That's like one of my favourite we'll get onto that.
Yeah.
Is it the Jessica's feet?
Yeah. I didn't get that to start off with.
I love that
I
one.
got it. It was only until he did the second one with Rick though, where I realised, because he does something else.
Yeah. He's like
with it, and then I realised, oh my god, Jessica's feet. I get it now.
Jessica's feet. Telepathy. Oh yeah. There's so many great parts in this episode.
Yeah.
To be fair, most of the episodes have like really fucking funny parts in them, but this one in particular, it's so absurd. I just love every moment of it.
I think I love the last like minute of this episode, where it's just Rick.
He's just ranting at Morty.
Morty's just on the floor, like all gummed out.
Rick and Morty time. Rick forever and ever and adventures. Oh, it's so good. I love when they're running through the intergalactic like travel part, and like there's just a couple of parts in there. There's the bit when like Morty inhales the cloud and then he just spits out a person and the person starts running and it grows up and just dies. And there's a bit where they just fall onto like some massive blob.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, how's it going, dog? And you just kill him. Oh man, that's a good episode.
They've toned it down so much after that first episode.
Yeah, like straight away, the next episode. I'd say the next episode might be my least favorite of all of them.
Yeah.
Shall we get on to the next episode?
Yeah, let's go for it.
It's Lawnmower Dog. It's the one when Rick like gives Morty's dog some thing to put on his head to make him more obedient.
Yeah.
And he gets smarter and he like builds like mech suits. Still, like, this is a really fucking funny episode.
Yeah.
I like. There's just some great parts of it.
Where are my testicles, Summer?
That's great. There's a bit when he gives Morty things and he's like, just gotta shut down your kidneys, your liver, Morty.
Yeah.
But then like it cuts to the next scene, and it's just Snowball or whatever his name is on one side of Morty, and then Rick on the other side in one of the dog mech suits, and he's just got a dog mask on.
Yeah.
That bit's great. But like overall, I think it's my least favorite episode.
I don't know. I'll decide at the end of going through these, I think.
I can't think of another one that when it comes on, I'm like, oh, I could probably skip that. Yeah. All the others, I'm like, that's a fucking brilliant episode.
Yeah.
I never do skip it, because it's still got some really fucking funny parts in it. I'm trying to think of some others now. Are there any other?
You can now call me Snowball, because my fur is white. What does he say? Pretty and white.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. All right, we'll go on to the next one, which is Anatomy Park.
I didn't realise that was so early.
Yeah, third episode. That's mad, isn't it? So in this one, it's Christmas. Jerry's got his mum, dad, and some weird dude around.
Yeah.
And Rick's taken some guy, and he's built a theme park inside him. I'm not sure what his intention is to do with the theme park. But yeah, this is a great episode, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this is a great episode for all of them. I just know I am, because they're all great. So in this one, there's the bit at the end of this is my favourite bit of it.
What happens at the end of it?
You know when he takes him into space?
Oh yeah.
He enlarges him in space because of relative size. And he just explodes. It's just chunks of him rain down.
And there's the news reporters saying he's like God and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's great. And then there's like the reveal of who this new guy is, and Jerry's like, it seems like you're saying that he's your lover, and he's like, no, son, he's your mother's lover. I just stand in the corner and watch. Sometimes dressed as Superman. I think that bit's great. What else is there in this one? I don't remember a lot of this one. I know there's like the thing Morty's trying to get with that girl. I know Joe, our mate, really hates this one.
Yeah.
Because, what's his name? The guest voice in it.
Oh, I'm not sure.
John something. I think it's John something. I'll find out now. He's like, Joe like really hates him. I'm not sure why, but he has probably like the most boring guest character. Is it John Oliver?
It could be, yeah.
I think it is. But yeah, so again, like, it's a great episode, but I'd probably put it like lower down the list of like my favorite episodes overall.
Yeah.
Should we rank these as we go, or should we like do that at the end or something?
We could do it as we go.
All right. So at the moment,
got the pilot at the top.
Got the pilot at the top, then Anatomy Park, then Lawnmower Dog for me.
Yeah.
Is that the same for you?
Yeah. Shall I write these down?
You can do.
So we can do a ranking order.
All right. So the fourth episode is M. Night Shyamalan's.
That's basically how I think his name is said anyway.
Shyamalan's? Shyamalan's. That's it. This is another great episode.
Yeah.
It's got one of my favourite jokes, which is, and now, people music. No, human music.
Yeah.
He's like, human music. I like it. Yeah, they've got the butthole flaps joke. It's just great.
Discoloured butthole flaps.
Because this is the thing about Rick and Morty, like, it's both the smartest show on television and the dumbest at the same time. And it's just things like that I just find so fucking funny in it.
I just written porn mower dog.
Porn mower dog.
There we go. Got it.
Yeah. Any moments in this one for you?
I think it's just the whole thing with Jerry.
Jerry's stuff's well funny.
Just because they've dumbed it down so much. And then he does the presentation about an apple, doesn't he?
He's got the Appley Award. It's because of the meeting he has in the office where the guy's like glitching out and he's just replying yes to everything. He just goes, yes.
Yes.
He's like, I don't know, maybe it could be nominated for an award based on advertising solely for apples. I don't know, like the Appley or something. But like everyone's glitching out and like walking through stuff.
Yeah.
there's like the bit when like the kids bouncing the ball outside and he just completely glitches in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
And then Jerry just swerves
the
into
ball's
the
still going as well.
Yeah. And like his boss just walks through his desk. He walks into the room and the boss is just walking into a wall and he just doesn't notice. Yeah. And it's the same like three guys that he walks past all the time, innit?
Yeah.
And he's like, he's saying stuff, and there's like the mailman. And he's like,
my man.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, the stuff with Rick is like, it's definitely not as funny as the stuff with Jerry in this one. It's one of
No.
the few where like Jerry stuff's really fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what else is there?
Hang on, this is the one that ends with a.
Oh yeah. So Rick like blows up the entire thing because he realized what they were doing, and as he destroys like this entire race, he just leans back and just starts going. But I love that they've clearly done that, and is it Justin Roiland who does the voice of him? Yeah, he's clearly just started singing it like ad-lib in the studio because he doesn't sing it right.
Yeah.
And then they put the actual music over the top and it's like completely different. Oh no, it's great. So that's second for me, yeah. Now, episode 5. We've got onto what? Do you know what episode it is?
Yeah, I think so.
Me Seeks and Destroy. Alright, I said that the pilot was the best episode. This may be taking it. I'm not sure. At the moment, it's joint between the pilot and this.
What was... Oh my god. I'm just write M. No.
Just M. Me Seeks and Destroy is such a good episode.
It is.
All around.
I love this episode.
The Me Seeks are hilarious. My particular favourite part is when it's only like a little thing, but like it's the little things that are so fucking funny in this show.
Yeah.
And it's the bit when Jerry's like, no, I'm sick of it, I just suck, and Mr. Meeseeks just goes, no, Jerry, I'm the one that sucks. And it does like a crash zoom onto his face and his eyes widen. Oh, it's so funny. Oh, I love it. Because there's like all the parts where the Meeseeks just have weird upward inflections.
Yeah.
Just so funny. Because there's the bit with Beth as well, when he's like, you should let yourself be an individual. Oh, it's so good. But even the stuff that's not the Meeseeks, like the stuff with Rick and Morty, because they're like going on some fantasy adventure because Morty wants to pick the adventure,
Yeah.
Because the episode starts off and they're like running from their own family, and then Morty has to kill his own family. Yeah, and then so he picks the adventure, but like it just spirals out of control, and like all the stuff with the giants is great. Like the giant slips and falls and cracks his head, and then they get blamed for it. There's the fucking jelly bean.
Oh my god.
The jelly bean shit is so fucked up, but it's hilarious. I love like because they have like the stingers at the end of the credits, don't they? And like the stinger at the end of that one is some of the people from the kingdom, because the jelly bean ends up being the king of the place that they were trying to save or like get some money for, and Rick like kills him at the end of it, and the like end stinger thing is some guy like finds the jelly beans like pictures of like kids and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, no one needs to know. They'll remember him for the jelly bean that thought he was, rather than the jelly bean. Rather than like, I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's fucking well funny. But all the stuff with the Meeseeks is great.
Yeah.
It like spirals out of control because the Meeseeks just keep making loads of themselves to help Jerry.
It's funny because he's like, just don't give it anything too hard.
Yeah.
Jerry's thing is like the easy thing.
Yeah.
And then Beth says, make me a more rounded woman.
Yeah.
And someone's like, make me popular at school. And they both get rid of theirs really quick.
I love when Principal Vagina We completely just forgot that there's a character called Principal Vagina in this show. Like Mr. Meeseeks is doing the speech at the school, and then at the end of it, he's like, "Mr. Meeseeks, was it? I was wondering if you could help me out with something," and he just disappears. I'll just get your information off Summer. There's the part when there's like all the Meeseeks in one room and they're like shouting at each other about Jerry, but like before any of them say anything, they have to be like, "I'm Mr. Meeseeks, look at me." And then, oh, that's great.
Sure, can do. I think that might be my favourite thing they say.
when the other Meeseeks when the first Meeseeks gets the second one, and he goes like, "Hi, Mr. Meeseeks." Like he comes out, he's like, "I'm Mr. Meeseeks, look at me." He's like, "Hi, Mr. Meeseeks, I'm Mr. Meeseeks, look at me." "Can you help me take 2 strokes off Jerry's golf swing?" He's like, "Can do." "Is he arching his back properly?" "Oh, he's trying."
Oh my god, I love this episode so much.
It's so good. Yeah, that might be my favourite at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's got 1 Mr. Meeseeks, or Meeseeks and Destroy, 2 Pilot, 3 M. Night Shyamalians, 4 Anatomy Park, and 5 Lawnmower Dog.
Yes.
Alright, cool. What's Rick Potion number 9? Episode 6. Oh, is this the one with the Cronenberg?
Oh yeah,
monsters?
probably is. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like this episode as well, to be fair. So Rick wants to get with Jessica. No, sorry. That'll be fucked up.
Morty wants
to get with Jessica, and he's like, "Rick, make me a love potion or whatever, or I'm not handing you a screwdriver." So he makes the love potion for Morty, and then Morty goes to the prom, but it's flu season.
Oh yeah, and it's transferred through it.
Yeah. So the entire planet ends up loving Morty, but it's like
it's like
they want to mate for life. Like,
see, he took it off something, didn't he? He took it off an animal.
A vole.
Yeah.
Because there's a bit of the dance when because Jessica's like on Morty for the whole thing, and she's like, "I love you, Morty, never let me go." And then like halfway through the dance, she just starts like fucking trying to grind on him and stuff. And she's like, "Mate with me here, Morty." And there's the bit with like, because what I assume was her boyfriend, Brad, he like comes over and then he's like, "I just love you, Morty. Man, Morty, I'm sorry." But I love the bit when like he's running out the school and Principal Vagina is running after him, and he's like, "I love you, mad boo boo." Oh, it's so weird. But I love the song they're playing as well, because like they've got a flu hating rapper, which is one of my favourite things about the episode. He's like, "Gotta be aware of all the flu in the airness."
And then it changes to, "I
love Morty, and I hope that Morty loves me."
Anyway, then Rick decides he can fix this, and he makes a new potion.
Yeah, the new potion uses praying mantis DNA that killed their partners.
Yeah,
like they decapitate their partners after they've made love.
Yeah, it's the exact opposite of voles.
So then everyone turns into weird praying mantis creatures, and and then they still want to mate with Morty, but then they want to kill him afterwards as well. And while all this is going on, Jerry thinks that Beth's having an affair. He's worried that she is. And he goes to like the hospital she works at because she thinks he's having the affair with Darren.
Oh yeah.
And then like he turns up and there's the whole thing of Darren's like, Beth, I just want to know, what was it like to give your son a bath? And there's all that weird shit. And then Jerry comes through the door and he goes, and the guy goes, "You're not Morty." And he goes, "No, I'm Mr. Crowbar, and this is my friend, who is also a crowbar." What a line.
Oh my god.
Then Beth's like, "Oh, Jerry, thank God." And he's like, "No, Beth, God's turning people into insect creatures. Thank me." Yeah, this is a good episode. But then, so eventually, Rick decides to mix a load of different DNA, and then he's like, "This should all cancel it out," and it just turns into people into massive blobs of random shit. Oh, speaking of blobs of random shit, in the pilot, it's a bit I completely forgot to mention, right? There's a great bit that I love. He's like, "What the fuck is that, Marty? What is that thing? It's tentacles and it's like some weird blob of something. It's like some just weird mass." It looks absolutely bizarre, and I love it. So yeah, and then they turn everyone into like Cronenberg monsters.
Yeah.
So then Rick finds a solution, which is to find a universe where they fix the problem
and then die
and
just
then
after.
die straight away. So they just bury those two bodies of themselves and just replace them in this new universe, and that's just the new status quo of the universe. It's just how it is now.
It's really funny that they did that though.
Oh, it's
because
so
they just
funny.
keep referencing it.
Yeah,
which is the best part.
There's a part in Ricksty Minutes, which is where like Morty's like, I have to. Every morning I wake up and eat my breakfast 12 yards away from my own rotting corpse. Yeah, another great episode. I'd probably put that behind the pilot, but above everything else.
Yeah.
Other than Me6, obviously.
What was it called?
Rick Potion number 9.
Okay.
Alright, Raising Us Up is up.
What happens in that one?
It's the one where...
Oh, where
Morty finds
Morty
a
has
sex robot.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your opinions on this episode?
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember it. They end up going to the world, don't they? And all the men become really violent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's sort of led by the women. And then Summer ends up fixing everything at the end because she's like, on Earth, a certain portion of our men are born gay. And then like, she's like, if you find my top cute, you cannot execute.
It's good because there's quite a lot of things in this one that could be like sexist.
Yeah.
But they're just not because it's so absurd.
Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff in this. The whole thing with Morty and Morty Jr. is fucking hilarious. Like, there's the bit when he's gonna say his first word and he's like, say dada, and he's like, death, destruction, domination. I love the stinger at the end of this one as well, because like earlier in the episode, Morty's like, "You can't go outside because the air's poisonous to you and you'll die." And then at the end of the episode, Morty Jr. is having like an interview because he wrote a book called My Horrible Father, and he's having an interview on telly, and he's like, "Yeah, I had a rough childhood until until I was a teenager. I was kept inside under threats of poisonous gas." Oh, I think it's great. And then like there's the guy who wrote Garfield. He just shows up.
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, you could go into the arts. I'm haunted with homicidal visions every day of my life, and I just put it all into my work." And he's like, "I didn't get that from reading Garfield." And he's like, Did you get the idea that I'm meant to make you laugh?" I think that's great. Cleaner. Yeah. What? Is that pretty much it for that episode then?
Where are we gonna put that one?
I'm gonna put it behind M. Night Shyamalan's.
Yeah, I was trying to find it, then I realised I'd just written M.
Would you put it in the same place, or do you want to put that somewhere else?
No, I think I'd probably put it about there as well.
Yeah. Alright, cool. Rixty Minutes. What a fucking brilliant episode. So this is the one with interdimensional TV.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's so fun. Like, the actual main part of the episode, I'm not sure I'm like a massive fan on. I don't think it's that funny.
No.
But
the TV
the
is
TV
hilarious.
alone makes this episode worth it. Like, oh my god. It's so fucking funny. I'm pretty sure this is the one that has like the one that's like two brothers and they're fighting aliens, and then Amazon old women show up and, and they're running from explosions, and it's two brothers. It's just called Two Brothers. Because they're improvising everything, you can just hear them laughing at themselves. Oh, it's great.
Oh my god. It's the one with the Phlebas, isn't it? Or is that on the second one?
That's the second one, I think. Yeah. The Flumbus is so fucking funny. No, this one's got and now like a HBO series where everyone's corn. It's like, yeah, but you're dead corn. And then there's this show about a guy who eats shit. And then it's like, you just got this letter from the council. You can't eat shit anymore. Oh, there's so many funny parts of this. Ball fondlers.
Yeah.
I'd say the second one's better.
Yeah.
But this one is still like, oh my god, it's so fucking funny.
What happens in the main bit of this one?
So it's the one where like Beth and Jerry are looking back on, like, looking at parallel versions of their lives.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So Jerry's like a superstar, and like he's like a coke fiend with Johnny Depp, and Beth becomes like a horse surgeon.
Yeah.
And then Summer was never born because they achieved their dreams. I'd say like the main part of it's a bit like meh.
Yeah.
I do like the bit when like Jerry just puts his head up and then Johnny Depp's just there and he just goes, "I love doing cocaine with you, Jerry Smith." It's like, "I love doing cocaine with you too, Johnny Depp." Yeah, it is a great episode. I can't remember, because I remember more of the interdimensional telly from the second one.
Yeah.
Is the first one the one with baby legs?
It might be.
Because baby legs is one of my favourite things they've ever done. I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it is. Like, he's like, baby legs like a detective.
Yeah.
He's like, baby legs, I'm partnering you up with regular legs. And he's like, oh, I don't need a partner, Chief. I'm a good detective on my own. I don't need no regular legs partner. And then they actually like go to do something.
He runs away, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he drops the box. He goes, "Oh no, I'm the killer!" He runs off. Baby Legs tries to run after him, and then Regular Legs goes, "Don't worry, Baby Legs, I got this. I'm Regular Legs." Oh, it's so good. What a brilliant episode.
Yeah.
If just for that part. Like,
is that the one with No, that's in the second one. In the universe where everyone is
John Michael Jensen. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that one. That's absolutely brilliant. Alright, so I'm gonna put that. Oh, that's like on a par with the pilot for me.
Yeah. I reckon just below the pilot.
But yeah, let's put it below the pilot.
60 minutes.
Okay, we got Something Wicked This Way Comes, which is the one with the devil. And Summer works for the devil.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is great.
Yeah.
But again, like, my favourite part's the end. Because they have the DMX song at the end. You know, I'll go give it to you. They go give it to you. And it's just Rick and Summer just going around beating the shit out of people. Oh, it's great. I can't remember what happens with Morty in this one. Oh, it's the one where they go to Pluto. And he's like, Pluto's because Rick Jerry's like, Pluto is a planet.
Oh right, yeah.
And they're like, this Earth scientist Jerry Smith has come up with a huge revelation, and he's like, Pluto's a planet. Everyone loves him for it. What's the name of the characters? Because is it like Shrimply Pimples or something?
Yeah.
What a name. What a name. No, it's great. The stuff with the devil's great. Like, he sells items. Well, he doesn't sell them because they're free. Gives away items. And then, like, these items will cause some bad things
to happen.
Yeah. And Rick, like, sets up the shop opposite his, where he can take the curse away.
Yeah.
So, like, there's a guy who has time traveling boxing gloves that'll keep him stuck in the same fight for the rest of his life. And he's like, I can take away the fight and just then you have a pair of time traveling mittens. I don't know if this one's like up there.
No, I'm just struggling to remember it. So
yeah, I'd say like it's like a middle of the road one for me.
Yeah.
It's still a great episode, but I'm trying to think of like the really funny parts of it, and I can't really think of that many. There's the bit when the devil tries to kill himself, which just in concept is just weird.
Yeah,
because he tries to hang himself, and then Summer uses the monkey paw because she goes like, I wish this desk was lighter I wish this knot was looser. I wish I knew CPR, rather than just going like, I wish he wasn't hanging himself. So where would you put this one?
Not at the bottom.
No.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm just struggling to remember it, really.
Yeah. Put it maybe after M. Night Shyamalan's.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
below Raising. Do you want it above Raising Gazorpazorp?
Yeah, let's put it above Raising Gazorpazorp.
Okay.
Now, which one's Close Encounters of the Rick kind? Oh, it's the one with where the Ricks.
All the Ricks.
Yeah, so it's the first one where you see the Council of Ricks.
Yeah.
So there's a Rick that's framing C-137 Rick for like killing all the other Ricks. There's like a Prince version of Rick.
Yeah.
That I really like. Yeah. So I do like this episode a lot, to be fair. I think it's one of my favourite ones.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's got some great moments in it. But none like spring to mind. I can't think of what. There's like the whole Morty thing where like he's just got a load of Mortys.
Yeah.
Just getting stabbed like repeatedly to cancel out the brainwaves.
Oh yeah.
Because like Rick explains to Morty that Mortys have to be with Ricks to cancel out the genius waves of Ricks with Morty waves. I love the bit because they're trying to escape the Council of Ricks and they're like jumping through different worlds and they keep jumping through like a variant on the same one.
Yeah.
There's one where so there's one where phones are people.
Yeah.
People are pizzas. And what are chairs? Pizza's chairs.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. And it keeps doing like variants on this world. So then there's one where like people are phones, pizzas are people. And, it's great. And then they end up with people are chairs. So like,
yeah.
And chairs are people. So they're just walking around, and like there's loads of chairs just staring at them because they're essentially just walking chairs. Oh no, it's great. And then like at the end, it's revealed that the Rick that was framing C-137 Rick is a robot, and it's being controlled by an evil Morty. And this is spun out so many theories. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Most people believe that the evil Morty is C-137's original Morty.
So he didn't die? Or
what?
Is C-137
that's the
actually C-137 though? Or is
that's our Rick?
But is that from the original?
Well, they're not in
universe?
C-137 anymore. But he's still C-137.
Right, okay. Well, so C-137 Morty wasn't actually Morty initially.
There's a theory that evil Morty is the C-137 Morty.
Right.
And that the new Morty is a completely different one.
Right, okay.
Or like the Morty that we're used to. Because like Rick's like at the end of that episode he's like, bad things can happen when a Morty gets too cocky or whatever.
Yeah.
And like people are like, oh, maybe that's his, maybe he hates that Rick in particular and that's why he framed him, because that Rick like left him behind or something.
Yeah.
So there's some quite interesting theories, and to be fair, some of them do hold some legitimacy, which could be interesting, but I don't know if they're ever going to, because I can't tell.
No.
I cannot tell if Rick and Morty's the type of show that will continue an episode.
Yeah,
because
it's really hard to know. They don't really do story arcs, do they?
No, but like I feel this series they may go more in that direction.
Yeah.
Especially after the first episode of the series, which was like destroying the Council of Ricks and getting rid of what was essentially the government.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they could, because that included more like elements of previous episodes than any that had come before it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they could actually do something more with it. And Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon have said that they keep talking about Evil Morty in the writers' room.
Right.
So there's a possibility they could come back.
I hope he does.
Yeah, I hope they do something with it. Yeah. Okay, Rixie Business.
So that's the one.
It's the party.
The party one.
Yeah. That's the bit I love when they first teleported to the new place, and that guy just runs out, and he's got his shirt off, and he's just waving his shirt about, and then he just gets soaked up by some monster.
Yeah.
This episode's great. This is the first time we're introduced to it's a bird person.
Yeah.
And to Squanchy. Is there anywhere I can squanch? There's some great stuff in this episode. Bird person's like one of my favourite characters.
Yeah.
It's just the way he says everything is great. I love it.
Is Cogsworth in this episode as well?
Cogsworth is in this episode. Have you heard about the Gear Wars? I don't know anything about the Gear Wars. Oh, you are in for a treat now. Yeah, Cogsworth's great. So the whole thing's Jerry and I forgot about that part of it. Jerry and Beth have gone on a Titanic themed getaway.
I forgot about that. Oh my god.
and like we'll just go over the Titanic theme bit, and then we'll go over the party.
Yeah.
It's like Beth doesn't really care about it, but Jerry's like massive into it. So he has the Titanic experience with some random woman that works there. It turns out she's just a fucking nutter. and then later on, the ship doesn't crash because the rail system's not working or something.
Yeah.
And then they have James Cameronian rings, which I love. That's great. And then she takes Jerry into like the part with the car.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You're gonna have sex with me in this car." So basically, she tries to rape Jerry.
Yeah.
And it's all really weird. And then Beth just comes up and knocks her out. But then at the end, she's like hanging onto the bottom of the car, and she's like, "Ha, Cape Fear! I do like Cape Fear." Then they go over a speed bump, and she just gets mangled. Oh, it's great.
It's really funny that actually. I totally forgot about the Titanic part.
Yeah, no. So the party. What? I know there's funny bits that happen in the party, but I can't really remember them properly.
There's the drugs, isn't there?
Oh yeah.
And Rick wants Morty to go and get them because he thinks they'll get him home.
And he goes with Abraham Linkler.
Yeah.
who is Rick's creation from splicing the DNA of Hitler and Abraham Lincoln to make one morally equal super leader. Yeah. So then he goes and gets the things, and then it just turns out to be drugs for Rick.
Yeah.
Oh, and Slow Mobius does like when Jessica comes in, like this guy Slow Mobius is like slowing down time to make it look like, oh, it's fucking funny. And then like this part where like Brad and Abraham Lincoln get into a fight. What a bizarre episode.
It's really funny though.
It's great. It's really good.
Oh, and before they left, or before the party happened, it was Summer that wanted the party, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Rick was like, no, you can't have a party because I'm having a party.
Yeah.
And Jerry and Beth were just like, don't make the house a mess.
Yeah. But like the second that they left, the door falls off the garage. It's great.
So when they're coming back, Rick freezes time.
Yeah, because the house is like a complete mess, so he freezes time, and then they like put everything back to the way it was. Yeah, it's a great episode. Just really good. Okay.
I'm thinking now, because it's like nearly 12:30. I've got to get to work for.
Oh shit! Yeah.
We could do the other half, like the other season.
Should we do it next week?
Next week.
All right.
Because
Cool.
this is taking up like an hour and a half anyway.
Yeah. All right. Sound. So overall thoughts of series 1.
I really liked it.
Yeah. Series 1's
It
great.
started off really well and then just kept it going.
Yeah. Series 1 is absolutely brilliant. But little spoiler for next week. I think series 2 is better.
I think so. I think series 1 they sort of were laying down the groundwork for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by series 2 they've had enough stuff to sort of work with.
I think they got the formula by series 2.
Yeah.
Because like Get Swifty, Big Trouble in Little Sanchez, there's some absolutely brilliant episodes in series 2. Yeah, but season 1 still
really good. Yeah,
brilliant.
If you haven't watched Rick and Morty, you need to watch it, because
100%.
If you haven't watched it and you've listened to us talk about it, it just sounds really fucking stupid.
I know. I was thinking the whole time, I'm like, if people are listening and they haven't watched Rick and Morty, this makes no sense whatsoever.
So go and watch it, come back and listen again.
Exactly. It's all on Netflix. It's like my show that I'll just have on.
Yeah.
That and Archer are the two that I can just leave on and just be like, this is fucking great.
Before Rick and Morty, mine was always the IT Crowd, but that's not on Netflix anymore, so
yeah,
can't do that.
It's really upsetting. I have to go on to all 4, and all 4 is shit.
Yeah, it's rubbish, isn't it?
It's so bad, and they don't have HD on it.
No.
They've only got standard definition.
And there's adverts.
Yeah.
I hate it. Just not worth it.
Not at all. Alright, shall we leave it there then?
Yeah. I hope it's still recording.
That's long enough. Almost an hour and a half, so.
Cool.
It's all good stuff. Should we... Have you got to get going straight off?
I've got like 10 minutes.
Should we briefly run it, because we both saw Dunkirk?
Yeah, we could
Should we briefly talk about that? I thought this film was okay.
Yeah, it's not my kind of film. I don't like war films very much.
No, I like films set in Vietnam, and I like films set in World War One. But for some reason, I do not like World War Two films.
Right.
I don't know what it is. I just find them a bit more, like, it's not that they're more bleak and depressing. It's just that they're a bit dull. Like it's.
I think it's harder to do World War Two because it was such a big world war, like proper
Yeah.
world war.
Yeah,
There were things happening everywhere, wasn't there? It wasn't set in like one place.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think I worry with a lot of war films about how much you're romanticizing war.
Yeah.
And I think it's, I don't want to get political, but I think it's part of the problem that we have with like Brexit and stuff now. It comes from this thing of like a previous generation being like, remember when we were the best, and like they'll be like, our glory days were when we won in the world wars.
Yeah.
Your glory days should be the days when you have peace. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't like the whole romanticization of war in general.
I think this film did it quite well though, because
there's
at no point I thought, hey, this would be a really good idea, because both sides just looked completely bleak and.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And like death was just, oh, someone's just died. They were never like making a big deal about it.
Yeah.
Like the very first scenes where he's running through the street and his 3 or 4 friends just got killed. He just carried on going.
Yeah, because that's just what you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a very well put together film. Obviously, Christopher Nolan's gonna put a film together very well because he's a brilliant director. Although he did do Christopher Nolan things that I felt were unnecessary.
Yeah.
There's a time jumping element in this film, and I think it would have worked perfectly fine if it was chronological.
Yeah.
There's a part, it's not really a spoiler, like a plane crashes into the ocean, and you see it twice, right? And the second time, as he's crashing, it feels like Christopher Nolan's like, you're meant to feel like he's not gonna survive this crash.
Yeah.
But I saw it earlier,
so you know.
So I know what's gonna happen. I felt like he does something else with it after that, but during that time I'm like, I've seen this, don't really need to see it again. There's just little things with the time jumping element that I just find, why have you done it?
Yeah.
It's like Christopher Nolan can't just make a straightforward film. Like,
he likes to make them complicated.
Yeah.
Not even complicated,
it's not complicated, it's just unnecessary,
Yeah.
I find. I love Christopher Nolan, and for like his sci-fi films and stuff, I think that works, and for stuff like Memento, it really works. But for this, I just found it to be
off-putting. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt there was no need for it really.
Fair enough.
But yeah, overall, it's a competently made film.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, it does look really good. If you like your history and stuff, it's probably interesting to watch as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and they're all like true stories because it's like based on 3 different stories, and all of them actually happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely interesting. I'd say if you're gonna see it, then see it in the cinema.
Yeah.
Like all Christopher Nolan films, really. The best way to see them is in the cinema.
Yeah.
It's not something that you can just sort of pop on at home, I don't think.
No.
But yeah, I don't think it's near the level of some of his other stuff.
It's a different film though, isn't it? Really different type of film. I'm surprised he was even directing that.
Yeah, I mean there was rumours he was going to direct Bond, and he wasn't denying them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like him to do that. I think that would be a waste.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so I'd say go see it, but maybe don't like put too high expectations on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch it in IMAX. It was really loud when I watched it. Really, really loud.
Yeah.
And I don't think I could have handled IMAX. And that's saying something.
Yeah. All right, we'll leave it there then. All right, thanks for listening, guys. We'll be back next week. Lewis should be back next week as well.
Yeah.
I know he'll be upset that he's missed talking about Rick and Morty Series 1.
Yeah, so...
But he'll get to talk about Series 2, so it's all good.
Okay. He always thought he wasn't going to get to talk about it at all, so...
Yeah.
He'll be chuffed.
Exactly. All right, yeah,
he's also
cheers.
not dead. He's not left forever. Just spoilers.
Yeah, he will actually be back. So yeah, follow us on all this stuff, like Facebook, follow Instagram, because that's something we have apparently. Still haven't checked if we actually have that. Lewis could be just making that up. I don't know.
Could be.
Yeah, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.